So, Dr. Nirmala Nair is a co-founder of Ekjut for almost a decade. She has been designing and overseeing Ekjut's health interventions and capacity building work, developing materials and modules for community health workers for improving maternal, newborn, and child health and nutrition in several districts of 5 states where Ekjut works. The evidence-based intervention of a unique community capacity building approach called PLA that resulted in impressive reduction of newborn and maternal death was designed and supported by Dr. Nirmala Nair, which was also globally endorsed by the WHO. She was a member of the Working Group on Progress and Performance of National Rural Health Mission for suggestions to the 12th five-year plan constituted by the Planning Commission, and was an expert invitee for the World Health Organization and facilitated consultation on the national health policy. She has made several presentations of Ekjut's work in national and international forums and was invited as a guest lecturer at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Administrative Academy in 2016 and in 2019. She has also presented Ekjut's work to a global audience of women's health experts 3 times at Women Delhi for global conferences and addressed at University of British Columbia, Vancouver, Brandeis University, USA, and Global Maternal Health Conference, New Delhi. So we would now like...
Before we start with the discussions, we need to look at the context, because context does matter. And here we are talking about mostly tribal, rural people for whom the land on which they live and the natural resources they depend on are deeply linked to their identity and culture, and including their physical and spiritual well-being, which is like here you can see the children receiving chicken as a prize. So this is part of their culture, and we need to respect that. And the community participatory exercise that we do, or the approach that we use, the participatory learning and action, we're talking about mostly rural tribal populations, and for whom their identity is a major concern. So let us look at the problem. So my focus will be West Singhbhum, because this is where most of our participatory work actually started with the community here in this district, and which is largely dominated by the tribal people. And my reference will be to the period around 2015. So PLA, or participatory learning and action, these are the meetings, a structured meeting cycle for community capacity building, and has been used to improve health and nutrition and gender-based violence in several underserved areas of several states in the country. Around 2015, we had done several studies, 4 of which are related to nutrition, where participatory approaches were. So when we started the adolescent work, we did a baseline with 3,300 adolescent girls. And what we found was really disturbing and worrying. If you look here, the minimum dietary diversity that food consumed by young girls was quite low, almost 20%. And similarly, if you look at the dietary diversity, the BMI, again, it was quite abysmal. In 2014, Ekjut had also developed a manual called the Linking Agriculture with Nutrition and Natural Resources. And this was in partnership with Living Farms and WHH. And I think we have WHH representatives here who will be presenting in details about how this was taken up and adapted in parts of Orissa. When we did the baseline and we started the work, our MIS data in the past had shown us that during participatory learning and action meetings, many adolescents would attend these meetings. About 10% of the adolescent girls and youth were attending these meetings on maternal and child health or nutrition related issues. But so we thought our learning from the land and another formative research that was done during the before the adolescent work began, with parents, teachers, and elders. There were some parents who had expressed that inputs on livelihood and farming activities would definitely help the children in their future. So our learning from the land and the formative research with parents and teachers, where they had expressed the desire for inputs on family-based livelihood programs and farming would be really useful for the adolescents. So this made us think about this intervention a little differently. So we had to change our strategies of PLA. And we also thought that engagement with the youth had the potential to be scaled up, like PLA has now been taken up by the National Health Mission in Jharkhand for to address maternal and newborn health issues. Some initial experiences of this work was also shared in the National Summit on PLA and RKSK in Orcha in Madhya Pradesh in 2018. Now I'll like you to go through a very small glimpse of what a PLA meeting in the community with adolescents actually looks like. We have retained the PLA cycle, but with a difference. Here you can see 4 mini cycles, and the issues were based on the baseline findings and the formative research on health, education, mental health and violence, and nutrition. You can see that some of the picture cards that were used related to intra-household food discrimination, lack of food diversity, anemia, and unkempt garden. And these are some of the picture cards that, as a routine in all PLA activities, the participants prioritize problems, and then they go through a phase of identification of cause and effect and find feasible solutions for implementation. So along with these, along with the PLA cycle, we added 2 complementary features. Next slide, please. One was on leadership, because to engage with adolescents more productively, we thought the idea of linking nutrition with agriculture and environment, including forestry and horticulture, would definitely benefit, or would get the children to come together and learn about whatever is being discussed in the PLA meetings. So as you can see, the first complementary was the youth, some sports activities like girls coming together for football and taekwondo, because we found a local expert who was willing to teach the girls in the community. And then because of their closeness to nature, we decided on nature walks for the adolescents, where they would learn about the biodiversity and what they are losing in terms of biodiversity around their villages. And it so happened that during the month of March, usually there is a forest fire because of mahua picking. And this last 2 years, they have been able to douse many of the fires by themselves without any initiative from any other person. And they even were able to call upon the fire brigade for the first time ever to come to the rural areas to douse a fire in the forest. There are some other activities like engaging with the forest guards and the agriculture department to understand and for future engagements with these departments. An interesting exercise this year in January was the river crossing for the rural youth, and this was done with help from the NDRF who are located in the town. And this was really interesting because it was like kind of an exposure for rural youth to some of the skills. Can you play the video, please? So all the leadership activities were designed to keep the adolescents and youth engaged in discussions around health and nutrition in the PLA meetings. Next slide, please. The second component was the livelihood promotion. A Kisan Mela was organized, which demonstrated the farming practices like pesticides, manure, organic pesticides and manure, multi-cropping, mushroom cultivation, and kitchen gardens and in their backyard, along with the biofencing. As a prize for this Kisan Mela, the farmers who had brought their produce, all of them received as prizes 2 saplings of fruit plants and also farming tools. An adaptation of the SRI methodology was also started, which with few farms starting in the beginning and which went up to 5 to 6 times in the districts in the subsequent years. So more and more children are now growing fruits and vegetables in their garden, and encouraged by the Birsa Harit Gram Yojana. Their earlier contact with the agriculture department helped them to get these for the fruit plants for the schools as well as for their own gardens. The last slide, please. So we've been able to develop an enabling environment for that was created for the winds of change, as you see in the video, that do seem to be happening in rural Jharkhand, and we anticipate and hope that their smiles and their productivity continue to inspire other regions of Jharkhand and other states.